Hello auditors, my name is Isham. I'm going to teach you guys how to solve Ethernaut Telephone Challenge like a professional smart contract auditor. Okay, now we are at Open Zeppelin Telephone Challenge. Now you can see that this is the smart contract, the telephone contract. There is an owner state variable and the constructor. So this constructor is basically when you deploy this contract, you initialize the person who deployed it as the owner. And then we have function change owner that accept an address, which is public. So basically, if you pass this if statement, the owner will be the one that the address that you passed in earlier. So what is TX origin? So basically, TX origin is an externally owned account, and the message.sender is the contract A. So what is the main difference between message.sender and tx.origin is the tx.origin only can be an externally owned account, which is basically your crypto wallets. However, message.sender can either be an externally owned account or your crypto wallets or a smart contract address. So what this challenge means that if the one who called this challenge is not the same one, the same person who called it, then this if statement will be true. So how do we solve this? So instead of you personally calling this function, we can create a proxy contract to interact with this particular contract. So this proxy contract will be this address, which is different than the one who called it. So now let's solve the Ethernaut challenge. Firstly, let's go to our telephone here. Basically, you can create your own directory in this telephone. And you can see that there is some built contracts, interfaces, report scripts, and tests. This will be created if you run Brownie init. So basically, this initializes the directory. And since I've run it, I'll just run Visual Studio Code. Okay, so first thing first, so I'm just gonna explain it again. It's the same thing. So basically, the smart contract address of the attack telephone, basically this. This. So this will call this particular function, and therefore this will be this address. And the tx.origin is the externally owned account that calls this particular address, which will be different. So basically, what this means is that basically when I call the function in this particular contract, we will have a different address. So over here, how do we solve this? Is basically we can create an interface for attack telephone, and then we create an interface for the telephone's contract. And to further elaborate how this attack contract works is that it will get the interface of telephone, and then that is how you interact with the telephone contract, and then we just change it by calling the function of this particular contract. So you can see that this is our Brownie script. So we have network.priority fee of 5 gray. So this makes sure that our transaction will be queued the first, or make it as a VIP. And then we get the contract instance over here. You can just type this also, it's fine. You can just control and copy over here and just paste it here. And then we can get the player account from our configuration script, which tells the Brownie to get our private key at our environment file. So to further elaborate what this Infura ID is, so what this is since we are using the Gorelli Ethernet, basically the Gorelli testnet, you get the Ether from Gorelli, which uses Infura node. So we need to create our own account at Infura, which I've explained in previous videos. Okay, so let's just carry on. So we have an attack contract. So we deploy the contract here, and then we can choose to use the interface, basically using this interface, so that we can interact with it. And then we also must call our interface to check who's the new owner. So this is the contract and this is the interface. So basically what you do is just call the attack interface change function. So basically, let me just change this into telephone and just let the block to be mined. Okay, the block has been mined. Oops, this should be player. Oops. So basically now the player address now is the owner of this telephone contract. So it's very simple. And also a reminder, if you guys do not want to use an attack interface, you can just directly use the deployed contract as change, basically call the function. So what this is when you deploy it, this will instantly become an object which you can interact with it. Hello auditors, if you love my solution using Brownie Python, please hit the like button and please subscribe. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.